Hello everybody, I am the Vision of Chaos, and welcome to the end of the third year of Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles, where we will fight the boss of the Deamons Court. Hey look, it's a cruel. Hey look, it's another cruel. Wait, is that the boss? Two cruels? I can take care of them quite easily, actually. I think I can actually take care of them in one charge shot, if I'm not mistaken by this point. Oh no, here comes the real boss. Oh my god, it's an Italian lizard. It's a red lizard man. The Lizard Man King. This is what this boss is called. And his support monsters are the cruels. And yeah, in one charge attack I can finish these things off. It's not like it's hard. And not like this boss is hard either. This is actually, I believe, the last easy boss and the last easy level actually. From now on, even though it was already getting harder, the difficulty will increase a little bit more. It's basically like what is it? Salvation Cave. The difficulty will be a lot like Salvation Cave from now on. This wasn't as bad because, you know, you can take care of the monsters at your leisure. Oh, he's already done. I mean, this boss is really easy, but the world wasn't that hard either. There was just a bunch of lizards and some enemies that were hard to kill because I needed either gravity or holy in order to defeat them, and I didn't have holy for the main for the major part of that of the last episode. And now we collect our last drop of myrrh again and end another year. And that also means that we'll get in the more bigger areas from now on. I mean, Salvation Cave was already Salvation Cave was already an indication of how big the areas will become. This area wasn't that big compared to like Salvation Cave or compared to the sluice one. That one was bigger as well, but Salvation Cave has multiple paths, and the next one that we'll go to has multiple paths, and I believe that that every area from now on will have more than one way to grow to progress in the story, or to progress in the level, and there will be so many monsters that it will take quite a while for me to get there. So I may or may not do post commentary from now on, simply because these areas will keep getting longer and longer, and I have very difficulties to still talk about this game in long lengths, because most of what I want to cover I've already covered in previous episodes, and there are some things, that I can still cover, but I can also cover them in post commentary, and when I'm focusing on the game, things will get harder from now on, and talking and focusing on the enemies at the same time will become harder in this game. So I may do more post commentary from now on, simply because it's easier for me to do, and it may be easier for me to get co-commentators even when when I'm doing post commentary, like I did in the previous episode with Fire Jace. Gain another heart. I actually may want to strength 2 or to gain the other heart. Strength +2 or to gain the other heart, either of the two. Let's go for the heart, I think. Yeah. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I will do mostly post commentary because it's easier for me to do post commentary with multiple people when I have more than one person here. And the reason why I'm doing co-commentary is indeed because these sections are just getting longer and longer, and I don't have the capability of talking about this game for that long, and I don't have really that interesting a life. I spotted the striped bandits by the main road. I recently heard that they killed a man, so I asked them the truth. They claimed they had never taken lives. As I talked with them, I realized they are good people at heart. I think I can trust them. Yeah, that's just what I wanted to talk about. I wonder what anyone would actually want to travel into. Why anyone would actually want to travel into Miasma. Today I met a stranger named Gertie who was nearly killed by the caravan from Mass Pass. Lightning brings the cactus pain. Now it begins again. Now it all begins again. I'm not sure what the verse means, but I think he recited to me as thanks. And those verses, like I said previously, will become important to actually finishing this game. And I like this scene where he re-energizes his crystal for another year. That's actually what we're doing. We're collecting myrrh, 3 drops of myrrh, so we can re-energize the crystal of our hometown each year, and that will give a barrier around the entire town. I don't know how they know how large the barrier is, but I take it that they put in the crystal first and then built a town around it. That's how it seems, or they just put it in the center or whatever. So it's not really well explained in this game. Fiddles lose a moment to peace. The myrrh tree sprouted there as many times to celebrate the coming of such time. It was fortunate to have that tree grew near the golem who left to protect Sue from monsters. Yeah, I didn't read that. Today I decided to take a side road from a chance of pace. To my surprise, I heard someone call out my caravan. It was a group of kindly looking clavets. A look at their clothes told me that they probably hailed from the fields of Thumb. Now I completely lost track what I was just talking about, but you know, that's why you can read these at your leisure. Actually, I probably will talk over this from now on instead of reading them aloud, because you can read them yourself if you are really interested in these diary entries, and we'll get diary entries each and every year. And we'll get this scene each and every year. So, but the cutscenes actually tell you about the areas that you visit and the cutscenes that you have. So they won't actually tell you anything new. Sometimes they will tell you useful information, but that's very rare and far in between. So don't really depend on it having too much to say that you didn't already know. So sometimes it says something about the bosses that you may not know, and that is something that that brings to mind something that I need to discuss later on in the LP. But there is still something I need to discuss about the bosses and such, and if you're someone who completes the game or wants to complete the game, what I want to say is that you will probably have to do multiple entries into each area in order to get every artifact and every item you want. Because basically every year there are like two cycles every year, and one cycle, two cycles of artifacts that you can get, and the artifact cycles are random, which of the two you get. But if you miss out on the second cycle of the first go, basically, then you miss out on those artifacts. So you can miss out on artifacts, and you can miss out on items actually, like the rings. For example, if I didn't get the Blizzard Ring in Fatal Sluice, I needed to visit Fatal Sluice again just in order to get the Blizzard Ring, because after 2 years after I defeated Fatal Sluice, it will change into another cycle. It will change to the second cycle, and then I would have missed out on the Blizzard Ring in the second cycle. So that you need to be wary about that. I don't know if oh, sorry, I bumped the mic, but I don't know if I actually said this. But once you collect a mirror drop from an area, that's the first cycle, and you can visit that area over and over again if you want. However, if you defeated it in year 1, the mirror tree will grow back, or will be re-energized at year 3. But in year 3, it will be in cycle 2 of that area, not cycle 1 anymore. So basically, the enemies will become harder and it will probably be more enemies, and sometimes the area changes, and that happens 2 times. So you get cycle 1, cycle 2, and cycle 3, and each of these cycles have different items, different artifacts and such to collect. And if you want them all, you will have to keep re-entering that area over and over until you have all the artifacts and all the items, because you can get items, and that is actually what I want to talk about later, but I've talked about it now, and I didn't really have anything else to talk about except for maybe reading the lines that you can read on the screen, but that isn't really that interesting. So yeah, this is year 4, and I think we'll either get to Luda or we get to Mount Kilanda. I'm not entirely sure if we get to Luda or Mount Kilanda. There are basically 2 areas that we only can get by, 3 areas that we only get by boat, basically. So the area that we were just in, you need to cross the river by boat, but we'll get another option to go somewhere by boat in this year, and I believe we'll get another option in the next year. So we'll get either the chance to visit Kilanda now, or we'll get it in the next year. I'm not entirely sure about that, but we'll see. So your 4 journey begins. Have you said goodbye to your family? Oh shit, I forgot my family entirely. Come back anytime to show them you're well. Speaking of which, we haven't received any letters from the scholar. We found that saving the world was too great a bear for one man, so we recruited Black Knight. That was the last he said. Of course, camaraderie is a fine thing. Treat your friends with respect. Camaraderie is a good thing. I didn't know actually how to spell camaraderie. Let's go back into the village, shall we? I know the word, but that is something about my Fire Emblem Let's Play that I found funny. Sometimes there are words that my voice actors do not know how to pronounce, and I know how to pronounce them, and I'm like, I'm not English. You should know the English language, and I don't mean, you know, names of places like Etruria or Burn or whatever, because I thought it was Byron, because I had other people tell me it's Burn. So, but you know, sometimes simple words in the English language. Yeah, you can get some fruit. If you send them a fruit tree, they will grow an actual tree here, and yeah. I actually believe that, like in Majora's Mask, you can actually win a cow at some point in this game. But I'm not too sure how to get the cow. Oh yeah, that's my father, and we can forge a weapon if we want. Oh, we can forge a massive weapon, and we can forge a mithril belt. Oh, let's do that. Let's forge a weapon. Oh, we already did. And I cannot craft a mithril belt. No. Didn't say. Okay, let's see if no, you cannot do anything else, which is too sad. I mean, already have to do it in the mall. That is the weapon I got from those little. Lilties. Oh, we can actually. Oh yeah, I forgot. I have a tailor here. Normally, you don't have a tailor in your city unless you make one. But yeah, it's highly recommended that you make a tailor if you want to craft work. Flamecraft will prevent you from being on fire. Frostcast will prevent you from being frozen. The Thundercraft that I have on will prevent you from being paralyzed, and there is one for stop and slow, and I believe stone. And stone is probably the most useful in the future. Actually, from now on, probably. But I don't have the materials to make one. It's the I'm not entirely sure which one it is actually. I'm going to sell some stuff here. You don't really need to say this, but I'm going to talk about this game anyway. I don't know what the white yarn and the blue yarn do, or what the gold craft does. You need to find that out for yourself by crafting them. I'm not entirely sure which one is the. But there is one for stone, one for. I'm not entirely sure what it is. Usually I just sell foods and such, and here I'm stupid and accidentally sell all my striped apples. And I don't know if I need any of this. I probably will sell my alloy at some point. And I don't need iron anymore because I have everything that is iron, and I don't need bronze anymore. But Sometimes you need it, you know. So I keep one just in case, because I believe that I needed a bronze chunk at some point and I didn't have it for like some accessory. Anyways, that's it. Now we actually move on into year 4. We're ready in year 4. Like, I believe that in year 5, year 6, I believe in year 6 you can actually end the game if you want. But I'm not going to do that, obviously.